Hello everyone, welcome to our channel ZTC Zero Touch Cyber. In a world where data travels faster than ever, one protocol stands as the silent hero of seamless file transfers. Today, we unravel the mysteries behind the backbone of data exchange, the File Transfer Protocol. Did you know that every day, trillions of files are transferred across the internet using a protocol that dates back to the early days of the World Wide Web? Stick around as we dive into the fascinating realm of File Transfer Protocol, a technology that plays a crucial role in the interconnected web we navigate daily. What is File Transfer Protocol? File Transfer Protocol is a standard communication protocol used to transfer files between computers over an TCP/IP network. The protocol operates on a client-server model with distinct control and data connections. Users typically authenticate through a plain text sign-in using a username and password, although anonymous connections are possible. Security measures like SSL/TLS, FTPS, or SSH File Transfer Protocol, SFTP, are often employed to protect credentials and encrypt content during transmission. Evolution of FTP. In its early days, FTP was a text-based protocol that required users to interact through command line interfaces. Users had to input specific commands to navigate directories, upload, and download files. This straightforward approach laid the foundation for file transfer, but presented challenges in terms of user-friendliness. The introduction of GUI clients revolutionized the user experience of FTP. GUI clients provided visual representations of file directories, drag-and-drop functionality, and progress indicators, making FTP much more accessible to a wider audience. As the Internet grew, concerns about the security of FTP became apparent. The original FTP protocol transmitted data, including usernames and passwords, in plain text, making it vulnerable to eavesdropping attacks. In response to these security challenges, two secure variants emerged: FTPS, FTP Secure, SFTP, SSH File Transfer Protocol. How does FTP work? FTP is a client-server protocol that relies on two communications channels between the client and server: a command channel for controlling the conversation and a data channel for transmitting file content. Here is how a typical FTP transfer works. A user typically needs to log on to the FTP server. Although some servers make some or all of their content available without a login, a model known as anonymous FTP, the client initiates a conversation with the server when the user requests to download a file. Using FTP, a client can upload, download, delete, rename, move, and copy files on a server. FTP sessions work in active or passive modes. Active mode. After a client initiates a session via command channel request, the server creates a data connection back to the client and begins transferring data. Passive mode. The server uses the command channel to send the client the information it needs to open a data channel. Because passive mode has the client initiating all connections, it works well across firewalls and network address translation gateways. Why is FTP important, and what is it used for? FTP is a standard network protocol that can enable expansive file transfer capabilities across IP networks. FTP is a network protocol enabling efficient and reliable file transfers across IP networks. Its cross-platform compatibility allows for seamless file transfers between different operating systems, making it useful in various computing environments. It also supports automation through scripting, beneficial for repetitive tasks and large-scale data movements. Widely employed in web development, FTP assists in uploading website files to servers. It can also be used for backing up data, replicating data for higher availability, and accessing shared web or cloud services for data loading. FTP supports two primary modes of file transfer: ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange, and binary. The choice between these modes depends on the type of files being transferred, as each mode handles data differently. ASCII mode. ASCII mode is suitable for transferring text files that contain plain text, such as HTML, CSS, or script files. When transferring source code files, configuration files, or documents, where preserving line breaks and textual format is crucial. Binary mode. Binary mode is appropriate for non-text files, such as images, executable programs, compressed archives, or any file where maintaining the exact binary structure is essential. When transferring multimedia files, JPEG, PNG, executable programs, EXE, or compressed files, ZIP, which may get corrupted if transferred in ASCII mode. Using binary mode ensures that the file's integrity is maintained during the transfer. FTP types. There are several different ways an FTP server and client software can conduct a file transfer using FTP. Anonymous FTP. It provides support for data transfers without encrypting data or using a username and password. It's most commonly used for download of material that is allowed for unrestricted distribution. It works on port 21. Password-protected FTP. This is also a basic FTP service, but it requires the use of a username and password, though the service might not be encrypted or secure. It also works on port 21. Security risks associated with traditional FTP. Traditional FTP poses security risks primarily because it transfers data, including usernames and passwords, in plain text. This lack of encryption exposes sensitive information to potential eavesdropping and interception attacks, and it may be vulnerable to brute force attacks against user or password authentication spoofing, an FTP bounce attack, or a distributed denial of service attack. As a result, traditional FTP is considered insecure, especially when used over untrusted networks like the Internet. FTP has also undergone several updates to enhance FTP security. These include versions that encrypt via an implicit TLS connection, FTPS, or explicit TLS connection, FTPES, or that work with SFTP. By encrypting FTP with FTPS or FTPS, data is protected, limiting the ability of an attacker to eavesdrop on a connection and steal data. File Transfer Protocol Secure, or FTPS for short. FTPS adds a layer of security by implementing Transport Layer Security, TLS, or Secure Sockets Layer, SSO, encryption. This ensures that the data transferred between the client and server is encrypted, enhancing confidentiality. In FTPS, FTP data travels through the network using either Secure Sockets Layer, SSO, or Transport Layer Security, TLS protocols. Just like FTP, FTPS works in a client-server model, utilizing a control channel and a data channel for exchanging FTP commands and data during an FTPS client session. There are two common methods for implementing FTPS: implicit FTPS, FTPS/SSO. In this mode, the SSL/TLS encryption is applied immediately upon establishing the connection. Port 990 is commonly used for implicit FTPS. Explicit FTPS, FTPES. Encryption is applied selectively based on the client's request. The client explicitly requests SSL/TLS protection after connecting to the FTP server over the standard FTP port 21. The key features of FTPS include: needs a secondary data connection in addition to the primary connection, supports formats that can be read and understood by humans, simplifying the logging, suitable for Windows environments that are designed for FTP servers, compatible with custom commands to servers through a command line interface, CLI. Secure Shell File Transfer Protocol, also known as SSH-FTP or SFTP, is a network protocol that enables secure file transfer using two distinct communication mechanisms. It also includes access and management over a reliable data stream. It uses the Secure Shell protocol for secure file transfers, offering encryption for both commands and data. SFTP ensures secure file transfers over a network by establishing an encrypted connection within the Secure Shell framework. Authentication methods, including usernames, passwords, or cryptographic key pairs, validate users before encrypting all data transfers. SFTP provides a set of commands for file operations, ensuring data integrity through checksums and hash functions. Some of the critical features of SFTP include: needs only one connection to send and receive data. Communication is binary without inherent human readability. suitable for Linux and Unix-based network servers. Supports server-to-server file transfers with control over file permissions. It is a relatively modern network protocol and builds on the highly flexible SSH communication mechanism. FTP best practices. Restrict FTP usage to small files via web services. Set up guest user accounts. Select an FTP vendor with proven expertise. Regularly check for invalid passwords and user IDs. Consider implementing passive FTP connections. Set up FTP servers in a demilitarized Zone Deploy Managed File Transfer (MFT) technologies. Strengthen account management policies. Ensure your server software is up to date. Applications of FTP connection is used by different big business organizations for transferring files in between them, like sharing files to other employees working at different locations or different branches of the organization. FTP connection is used by 8 companies to provide backup files at disaster recovery sites. Financial services use FTP connections to securely transfer financial documents to the respective company, organization, or government. Employees use FTP connections to share any data with their coworkers. FTP websites, FTP web applications and file downloads, FTP clients for storage and file sharing, single file sharing or download, sharing non-sensitive information, FTP automation, business-to-business data transfer. Users must carefully consider security measures, stay informed about the evolving protocol landscape, and choose the appropriate FTP variant based on specific use cases and security requirements. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to hit the bell icon. Please like and subscribe and follow for more updates. Stay tuned and stay secure.